Now in previous lecture we have seen the concept of pre-stressing, that may be pre-tensioning or post-tensioning. Now let us see some numericals on pre-stressed concrete analysis. Now first numerical is a pre-stressed concrete beam of dimension 400 mm by 600 mm in a section has a span of 6 meter and is subjected to UDL of 16 kN per meter including self-weight of the beam. The pre-stressing tendons are located at lower third point and provided with an effective pre-stressing force of 960 kN. Determine extreme fiber stresses in the concrete at midspan section. Now what here we are supposed to determine, that is nothing but extreme fiber stresses, that is sigma, that is stress at top and sigma at bottom. Now this is the case here. Now as per the given condition, a beam of length 6 meter is given. Beam of length 6 meter provided with an UDL of 16 kN per meter. This UDL is including the self-weight of the beam. Now this is the neutral axis of the beam. Now it is given that beam is provided with an pre-stressing cable at lower third point. Now say this is the pre-stressing cable, these are the jacks, this is the force. Now this is the provided, or this cable is provided at a lower third point, means if dimension of this beam is given 600 mm, that is 400 by 600 mm, and this is the cable, this is the neutral axis, this is the cross section, this is the longitudinal section of the beam. This tendon or cable is located at lower third point, means this section is to be divided into 3 parts, that is at a distance of 200 mm from bottom. Hence distance here will be 200 mm from bottom, and eccentricity E is calculated from the neutral axis to the CG of cable, and hence here E will be 300 minus 200 is equal to 100 mm. Here E will be 300, that is distance from the neutral axis to the bottom extreme fiber, that is half of the section. 300 minus 200 will get eccentricity of cable, that is distance from neutral axis to the CG of cable, 100 mm. And pre-stressing force of 960 kN is to be applied as given in question. This is the eccentricity E. Now if this is the section cable neutral axis, as section is symmetric YT and YB, that is distance from neutral axis to the top extreme fiber and distance from neutral axis to the bottom extreme fiber will be 300 mm, 300 mm, as section is symmetric. 600 mm depth is given and 400 mm width of the section is given, and here E will be 100 mm. This is the case. Now as we have seen, stresses can be determined from this formula, M by I is equal to sigma by Y, and we have seen in previous video that generalized formula for the determination of stresses will be M by Z, that is P into E by Z. Now let us determine one by one. Here YT is 300 mm, YB is 300 mm, eccentricity 100 mm, and Z section modulus can be calculated by the formula I by Y. Now since section is symmetric, we can calculate. Now I for symmetric rectangular section is nothing but BD cube by 12, where Y is nothing but depth by 2, and on simplifying this formula we get Z is equal to BD square by 6, that is these two 6 are 12, this 1d gets cancelled, hence BD square by 6 for symmetric section. Note that this is only for rectangular symmetric sections. Now substituting all the values, we will get the section modulus Z. That is Z is equal to B, width of the section 400, depth of the section is 600 square divided by 6. Hence section modulus is 24 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. This you can cross check on calci. Also area of the section will be 400 into 600, that is 240 into 10 raised to 3 mm square. For further calculations we will be requiring the area. Now as per the stress diagram, we know that we will be requiring MQ and MG. Now MQ is nothing but WL square by 8. Now intensity of live load is given 16, length of the beam is 6 square and 8. Hence MQ will be 72 kilonewton meter. Now we are supposed to calculate mg, that is moment due to live load, but here dead load intensity is not given, whereas in this case live load intensity was given, that is nothing but 16 kilonewton per meter. Now so as to calculate dead load intensity, that is Wg, we know that area into unit weight of concrete is equal to area 240 into 10 raised to 3. Unit weight of concrete is given 25 and into 10 raised to minus 6. So as to convert this into units of meter, as this area is measured in mm square, by multiplying 10 raised to minus 6, this area will get converted into meter square. Hence intensity of dead load will be 27 kilonewton meter. In this way you are supposed to calculate the dead load intensity so that you can calculate the please clear that this is not 27. Dead load intensity will be 6 kilonewton per meter, and to calculate moment due to dead load, that is mg, Wg L square by 8. Since UDL is applied, moment due to UDL will be WL square by 8 as considered here. WL square by 8, this is nothing but generalized formula for moment due to UDL. Now Wg, intensity of dead weight, is nothing but 6 into 6 square divided by 8. Hence moment due to dead load will be 27 kilonewton meter. Hence we have calculated moment due to live load and moment due to dead load. Now we are supposed to calculate the bottom fiber stress and top fiber stress, that is stresses at the extreme fibers, and these stresses will be at initial stage. Now at initial stage, that is nothing but transfer stage, given that P0 is 960 kilonewton effective force. Now stress diagram for initial stage, we are knowing this is the beam. Here during pre-stressing, top section will be in tension, bottom will be in compression. During dead load, top section will come in compression and bottom will come in tension. And we have to calculate the resultant of this stress diagram. This stress diagram is nothing but stress diagram at initial stage. Now as we know that here we know that bottom stresses will be P0 by A, P0 by A, P into E by Z, P into E by Z. Now as section is symmetric, hence section modulus at top extreme fiber and bottom extreme fiber will be same. And moment due to dead load at top. Now we are supposed to calculate this. Hence P0 by A is nothing but 960 kilonewton into 10 raised to 3, it becomes Newton, divided by area will give stress of 4 Newton per mm square. That is P0A is nothing but 4 Newton per mm square. Don't forget to mention the units. Next is P into E by Z. P into E by Z. P 10 into 3 into 960, that is 960 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, into E is nothing but eccentricity 100 mm, and section modulus Z calculated previously is 24 into 10 raised to 6. Hence we will give 4 Newton per mm square. Hence is equal to 4 Newton per mm square. And here stresses due to dead load, that is mg by Z will be, mg we have calculated 27 kilonewton meter, that is moment due to dead load, hence into 10 raised to 6 will give Newton mm, moment in Newton mm. And Z section modulus is calculated 24 into 10 raised to 6. Stress value will be 1.125 Newton per mm square. 1.125 Newton per mm square. And resultant, if we calculate resultant stress diagram, here 4 minus 4, that becomes 0, and remaining stress value at top extreme fiber will be 1.125. Similarly 4 plus 4 minus 1.125, hence resultant will be here 6.875 Newton per mm square. Now algebraic summation of this value 4 minus 4 plus 1.125 is plus 1.125, and algebraic summation of this stresses 4 plus 4 minus 1.125 is nothing but plus 6.875. Now this plus sign denotes entire section is in compression. This is the final stress diagram at initial stage. Now we are supposed to calculate the stress diagram at final stage. Now let us calculate the stress diagram at final stage. Now this is the stress diagram. Now stress diagram at final stage will be stress due to stress diagram at initial plus final stage, that is moment due to live load will be added here. That is P0 by A, P0 by A, P into E by Z, P into E by Z, mg by Z, mg by Z, and at the last in final stage stress diagram, moment due to live load, that is mq by Z will be added. Now we are supposed to calculate mq by Z. Now live load moment calculated was 72 kilonewton meter, hence 72 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Z is 24 into 10 raised to 6 is equal to 3 Newton per mm square. Hence stress due to live load will be 3 Newton per mm square, that is 3 Newton per mm square. And values previously we have calculated 4. Sorry, here mg by Z is nothing but 1.125, mg by Z 1.125, P into E by Z is 4 Newton per mm square, P into E by Z is 4 Newton per mm square, and P0 by E is also 4 Newton per mm. Now since section is symmetric, we have not calculated these values again, that is P into E by Z. Now we are supposed to calculate the resultant stress diagram, and this will get by algebraic summation. 4 minus 4 plus 1.125 plus 3 Newton per mm square, and resultant value is plus 4.125. You can check it on calculator. Stresses at bottom extreme fiber will give by this algebraic summation, that is 4 plus 1.125 plus 3. Algebraic summation at bottom extreme fibers will be 4 plus 4 minus 1.125 minus 3, and the value is 3.875 Newton per mm square. Hence, stress diagram will be of such nature. That is, top extreme fiber is 4.25 Newton per mm square, and stress at bottom extreme fiber is 3.875 Newton per mm square. Now both the values or both the stresses at top extreme fiber, bottom extreme fiber are in positive, hence entire section is in positive. In this way we have calculated the top extreme fiber stresses and bottom extreme fiber stresses for initial and final stage. This is nothing but concrete analysis of pre-stressed concrete members. Now let us start the second numerical. Statement is, pre-stressed concrete simply supported rectangular beam of size 250 mm by 425 mm supports a live load of 6 kN per meter over effective span of 11 meter. Cable is placed with parabolic profile at and about 125 mm from the bottom at midspan. The pre-stressing force in the cable is 500 kN. Determine stresses in the beam at transfer and at service stage. Loss of pre-stress to be considered is 12%. A basic difference in this problem is here loss ratio, that is eta, is given, that is 12%. Now let us see. Beam of dimension 250 width and 425 mm depth is given. Cable is placed parabolic in nature. As section is symmetric, YB and YT will be same, that is 212.5 mm, half of 425 mm. Now eccentricity E of the cable can be calculated as, now it is given in the statement that cable is placed at a distance of 125 mm from the bottom at center. Now E will be 212.5 minus this distance is given as 125, that is 125 mm. Hence eccentricity will be 87.5 mm. And initial load is given as 500 kilonewton and loss of pre-stress is 12%. Therefore, YB and YT is 212.5 mm, E is 87.5 mm as calculated here, and Z section modulus for symmetrical section as seen in previous numerical is BD square by 6, that is simplified formula. Hence substitute the values, B 250, depth is 425 and 6. Therefore section modulus is 7.526 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. Area of the section 250 into 425 is equal to 106250 mm square. Dead load intensity Wg will be area into unit weight of concrete, that is gamma C. Area is 106250 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Hence we have used 10 raised to minus 6 so as to convert this area in meter square into unit weight of concrete 25. Therefore dead load intensity will be 2.65 kilonewton meter. Now it is given that beam of 6 meter UDL or beam having 6 meter UDL over it and beam span is 11 meter. Hence we can calculate moment due to dead load as Wg into L square by 8. Dead load intensity we have calculated, it is 2.65. Length is 11 n square divided by 8. As moment is moment due to UDL will be calculated as WL square by 8. Therefore, moment due to dead load will be 40.08 kilonewton meter. And live load intensity of 6 kilonewton per meter is given. Hence, moment due to live load, that is MQ, will be WL square divided by 8. Live load intensity is 6, length is 11, 8. Therefore, live load intensity or moment due to live load MQ will be 90.75 kilonewton meter. Now we are supposed to determine stresses at top extreme fiber and bottom extreme fiber at initial and transfer stage. The first one at initial stage. At initial stage, you are supposed to use value of force, that is pre-stressing force, as 500 kilonewton, that is Pi. Stress diagram will be Pi by A. Then stress diagram due to force applied into the cable, that is Pi into E by Z. Pi into E by Z. Stress diagram due to dead load moment, that is Mg by Z. At bottom tension, at top compression when dead load moment takes place, and we have to calculate the resultant stress diagram. Now Pi by A is equal to, now let us calculate Pi by A, that is 500 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Area calculated is 10606250 mm square. Hence stress will be 4.705 Newton per mm square. Don't forget to mention the units. 4.705 Newton per mm square. At bottom 4.705 Newton per mm square at top. Then Pi into E by Z. Pi is 500 into 10 raised to 3 Newton into eccentricity 87.5 mm, and section modulus is calculated Z 7.526 into 10 raised to 6. Hence Pi into E by Z, that is stress due to pre-stressing force, will be 5.81 Newton per mm square. 5.81 Newton per mm square, and stress due to dead load moment Mg by Z. Now dead load moment is 40.08 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm divided by Z, it is 7.526 into 10 raised to 6 is equal to 5.33 Newton per mm square. That is 5.33 Newton per mm square. 5.33 Newton per mm square. Now we are supposed to calculate the stresses at top extreme fiber and bottom extreme fiber at initial stage. Hence, doing the algebraic summation, 4 minus 5.81 plus 5.33. 4 minus 5.81 plus 5.33. Hence, 4.705 minus 5.81 plus 5.33. Resultant stress at the top is 4.225 Newton per mm square, and resultant stress at bottom 4.705 plus 5.81 minus 5.33. It is 4.705 plus 5.81 minus 5.33, 5.185. Hence, all positive values, that is entire section is in compression. Such will be the stress diagram at initial stage. Algebraic summation is done by considering the signs, that is if fibers are in compression or in tension, and respective signs should be considered during adding or subtracting these stress values. Now, stresses at service stage, that is final stage. A final stress diagram will be of this nature. Stress due to pre-stressing force due to dead load moment, due to live load moment, and resultant, that is P0 by A, P0 by A, P0E into by Z, P0E into by Z, mg by Z, mg by Z, that is dead load moment, and mq by Z, mq by Z, that is live load moment. Now, as we have seen, loss percentage, that is 12% loss of pre-stress, is given. Means initial force was 500 kilonewton, final force will be 500 minus 12% of 500, and that value comes 440 kilonewton. Means final pre-stressing force into the cable induced was 440 kilonewton, that is 12% less than that of initial pre-stressing force. Hence, you are supposed to use P0 during calculating the stresses at final stage. P0 by A calculation will be 440 into 10 raised to 3 Newton divided by area, that is 106250 mm square, is equal to 4.141 Newton per mm square. Next, this one P0E into E by Z, that is 440 into 10 raised to 3, eccentricity is 87.5 divided by Z, that is 7.526 into 10 raised to 6. Resultant stress will be Newton per mm square. Next, mg by Z, that is mg by Z, dead load moment we have calculated 40.08 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm divided by Z, 7.526 into 10 raised to 6 is equal to 5.33 Newton per mm square. And at last, mq by Z, live load moment is 90.75 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm divided by Z, that is 7.526 into 10 raised to 6. Resultant stress is Newton per mm square, that is 12.058 Newton per mm square. Hence, P0 by is 4.141 is equal to 4.141 Newton per mm square. P0E by Z, 5.115 is equal to 5.115 Newton per mm square, 5.115. mg by Z, 5.33 is equal to 5.33, and mq by Z is equal to 12.058 is equal to 12.058 Newton per mm square. Now, these are the stress values due to pre-stressing force, dead load intensity moment, and live load intensity moment. Now, we are supposed to calculate the resultant. Now, resultant will be algebraic addition of these values, that is 4.141 minus 5.115 plus 5.33 plus 12.058. Resultant stress will be 16.414 Newton per mm square, and bottom stresses will be 4.141, this plus, that is in compression, plus 5.115 minus this minus sign 5.33 minus 12.058. Answer is minus 8.132. Now this minus sign denotes that the bottom extreme fiber stresses are in tension. Hence stress diagram will be of this nature. That is, top extreme fiber is in compression having stress value of 16.414 Newton per mm square, and bottom extreme fibers are in tension having extreme fiber stresses, that is sigma b of 8.132 Newton per mm square. This minus sign indicates that extreme fiber stresses at bottom of the section is in tension and top section is in compression, this plus sign. In this way, we are supposed to calculate the top and bottom extreme fiber stresses at initial and final stage. Now let us see the third numerical. Now this numerical is of a symmetrical I section. Previous two numericals were of symmetrical rectangular section. Statement is, symmetrical I section beam is used to support live load of 2 kN per meter for the span of 8 meters. At center of the span, effective pre-stressing force is 100 kN located at 50 mm from the soffit of the beam. Find stresses at the midspan. And stresses at the midspan are to be determined as at pre-stress plus self-feed, that is nothing but at initial stage, or you can say transfer stage, when pre-stressing force is transferred into the cable. And stresses at pre-stress plus self-feed plus live load case or stage, that is nothing but at final stage, or you can say at service stage. Now let us start the solution. Now this figure is given, that is a symmetrical I section. Dimensions are 100 mm width of bottom flange, 300 mm width of top flange, 60 mm depth of top flange, 60 mm depth of bottom flange, 80 mm width of the web, 280 mm height of the web. Now let us calculate one by one. This is the longitudinal elevation of the beam having live load intensity of 2 kN per meter. This is the neutral axis. Now we are supposed to calculate YB and YT. Now YB and YT, ZB and ZT here will be different because section is symmetrical. Hence we are supposed to calculate. Now let us give the number. First, that is bottom flange, second number for web, and third number for top flange. Also, cable is provided at a distance of 50 mm from bottom. Hence we are supposed to calculate eccentricity from neutral axis, and eccentricity will be YB minus 50. Now here YB is unknown and YT is unknown. Now we are supposed to calculate. Now you might be knowing how to calculate the YB and YT for a symmetrical section. YB bar is equal to A1Y1 plus A2Y2 plus A3Y3 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. A1 is nothing but area of flange, A2 is nothing but second, A3 is nothing but area of third component, that is top flange. Y1 is nothing but distance from neutral axis to the bottom fiber of the section 1. Similarly Y2 and Y3. Now let us calculate. A1 is 60 by 100, that is 60 mm depth, 100 mm width. Area of section 1. A2, 280 is the depth of the web, 80 mm is the width of the web. And A3, 300 width of the flange, 60 is nothing but depth of the flange. Similarly Y1 will be 60 by 2. Y1 will be 60 by 2, that is 30 mm. Y2 will be 280 by 2 plus 60, that is from this x-axis we are supposed to calculate CG of this component. It will be 200 mm. And Y3, that is 60 by 2, that is CG of this third component, plus 280 plus 60. It will be 370 mm. This Y1, Y2, Y3, that is calculation of the distances from the bottom fiber, you may have learnt in strength of material or mechanics of structure, and numericals were covered there. If any doubt, you can comment. Hence, by substituting all the values in this formula, you can calculate YB, and after calculation you will get YB is equal to 243.96 mm. Therefore, YT will be calculated as 400, that is total depth of the section, 60 plus 280 plus 50 minus 243.96, you will get YT is equal to 156.04 mm. Now you are supposed to calculate the moment of inertia, that is Ixx, and it will be calculated as BD cube by 12 plus A1 H1 square for first section, second section and third section. Means you are supposed to calculate Ixx for all these three components, and addition of that will give moment of inertia of entire section. That is Ixx is equal to Ixx1 moment of inertia of section 1 plus 2 plus Ixx 3, and A1 plus A2 plus A3, that is area of flange. This is our section, second, third. Area of all these components, that is bottom flange, web and top flange, is 46400 mm square as seen or calculated earlier. Now let us calculate Ixx moment of inertia for entire section. It will be BD cube by 12 plus A1 H1 square plus BD cube by 12 plus A2 H2 square plus BD cube by 12 plus A3 H3 square. This is for bottom flange, web and top flange. Now you are supposed to calculate H1, H2 and H3 here. And this H1, H2, H3 is nothing but distance from the neutral axis to the CG of the particular member. That is CG of section 1 will be H1. Distance from neutral axis to the CG of web, that is section 2, will be H2. And distance from neutral axis up to the CG of member 3, that is top flange, will be H3. Now H1 will be calculated as YB minus Y1, that is 243.96 minus 30. Y1 is nothing but distance from bottom fiber up to the CG of bottom flange. Hence H1 will be 213.96 mm. H2, this YB bar denotes irrespective of sign, maybe positive or negative. YB bar minus Y2. YB bar is 243.96 minus Y2 will be 200, that is distance from CG of the wave up to the neutral axis, and this YB, Y1, Y2 and Y3 we have calculated previously. Now YB is 243.96 we have calculated, Y2 also we have calculated previously, hence answer is 43.96 mm. Similarly H3 will be YB minus Y3, 243.96, and Y3 we have calculated 373. Now this bar denotes irrespective of signs, hence minus 126.04 mm is the value of 126. In one or the either case, minus minus becomes plus, hence square of this minus will already becomes plus when we will substitute the value of H3, that is BD cube by 12 plus H3 square, hence H3 square will become positive. Now let us substitute all the values in this formula IXS, and BD cube by 12 by plus A1 H1 square plus for wave BD cube by 12 plus A2 H2 square plus BD cube by 12 plus A3 H3 square. This will be for top flange, and here width and depth of the section will be taken of first section, that is bottom flange. This here it will be taken of middle, that is second section, that is wave, and at last IXS3 that will be of top flange. Hence B and D of respective components will be substituted, and finally we will be getting 100 into 60 cube by 12 plus 100 into 60 into 213.96 square. This is the substitution for this section 1, that is bottom flange, plus we will substitute the values of wave 80 into 280 cube by 12 BD cube by 12 plus 100 into 80 into 280 into 43.96 square plus substituting the values of top flange BD cube by 12, that is 300 is the B, depth is 60 by 12 plus A2, that is 300 into 60 into minus 126.04 square, and after calculation we will get IXS as 757.4 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. Now this is the simple calculation that you have studied in the mechanics of structure or strength of material subject. Now we are supposed to calculate ZB and ZT, and ZB and ZT will be calculated as IXS by YB, whereas ZT will be calculated as IXS by YT. Now IXS is calculated 7.57.4 into 10 raised to 3, YB is 243.96, hence ZB section modulus will be 3.1 into 10 raised to 3 mm cube. Similarly, substituting the values of IXS and YT for calculation of ZT, 757.4 into 10 raised to 3 divided by YT, that is 156.4, will give value for ZT section modulus of top 4.85 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. In this way we have calculated IXS, ZB, ZT. Now we will calculate the eccentricity, and we have written that eccentricity will be calculated as YB minus 50 as mentioned in the question. YB is 243.96 minus 50, hence eccentricity will be calculated as 193.96 mm. Now we are supposed to calculate the dead load. Dead load intensity, that is WG, will be area into unit weight of concrete, and area will be A1 plus A2 plus A3 into unit weight of concrete gamma C, and substituting all the values, A1 plus A2 plus A3 is 46400 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Previously we have calculated this in mm square, and multiplying by 10 raised to minus 6 it will convert into meter square into unit weight of concrete 25 kilonewton per meter cube. Hence dead load intensity will be 1.16 kilonewton per meter. Therefore dead load moment will be WL square by 8, and dead load intensity is 1.16 into L square, that is length of the beam 8 square divided by 8. Hence dead load moment will be 9.28 kilonewton meter, and live load intensity is given as 2.2 kilonewton per meter. Therefore moment due to live load MQ will be WL square by 8. Substitute the intensity of live load, that is 2 into 8 square, that is length of the beam, divided by 8. Therefore MQ will be 16 kilonewton per meter. Now we are supposed to calculate stresses at initial level, that is free stress plus self weight, and stress diagram will be in this manner: P by A stress due to pre-stressing force, P into E by, now here ZB, that because section is asymmetric and section modulus at bottom and section modulus at top will be different, hence P into E by, for top fiber, ZT. Please note this. And stress due to dead load moment, at top compression, at bottom tension. Here at bottom compression, at top tension. Mg by Zb, section modulus at bottom because section is asymmetric, and Mg by Zt, that is section modulus at top because section is asymmetric and section modulus will be different at top and bottom extreme fiber. Now we are supposed to calculate the resultant stress diagram. Now calculate P by A, 100 kilonewton force, that is 100 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, divided by area 46400 mm square will give 2.155 mm square, 2.155 Newton per mm square, 2.155 Newton per mm square. P into E by Zt, P is 100, E is 193.96 mm, and Zt is 4.85 into 10 raised to 6. Hence P into E by Zt, resultant stress will be 4 MPa or Newton per mm square, 4 Newton per mm square. Next P into E by Zb, 100 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, eccentricity is 193.96, and value of Zb calculated previously is 3.1 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube will give 6.26 Newton per mm square, 6.26 Newton per mm square. Next calculate Mg by Zb and Mg by Zt. Mg we have calculated 9.28 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm, and value of Zt is Zb is 3.1 into 10 raised to 6, hence stress will be 3 Newton per mm square, Zb 3 Newton per mm square, and Mg by Zt will be 9.28 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Zt value is 4.85 into 10 raised to 6. Stress will be 1.91 Newton per mm square, 1.91. Now algebraic summation of these 2.155 minus, as it is in tension, 4 plus as it is in compression 1.91, that is 0.065 Newton per mm square, and at bottom extreme fiber 2.155 plus 6.26, that is it is in compression, minus 3 as it is in tension, resultant stresses are positive 5.415 Newton per mm square. As both values are positive, hence entire section is in compression. This is the resultant stress diagram when stresses are calculated at initial level, that is pre-stress plus self weight. Now let us calculate stresses when pre-stress plus self weight plus live load is considered, that is at final or service stage. Don't get confused. Pre-stress plus self weight only will be initial stage, and total pre-stress plus self weight plus live load stresses at all these three condition resultant will be at final or service stage. Initial stage or transfer stage are the same, and final stage or service stage are same. Now stress diagram here will be this one, P by A. Stresses due to pre-stressing force at top, tension at bottom, P into E by ZB, P into E by ZT. As section is asymmetric, again I am repeating, ZT and ZB values are different. Then stresses due to dead load moment at top, compression at bottom, tension, mg by ZB, that is section modulus at bottom, mg by ZT, that is section modulus at top. And this will be stress diagram at top, compression, at bottom, tension, mq by ZT, mq by ZB, and we are supposed to calculate resultant. Now calculate P by A, it is 2.155 Newton per mm square. P into E by ZB calculated previously is 6.26 Newton per mm square. P into ZT calculated previously will be same, that is 4 Newton per mm square. mg by ZB calculated at initial stage is 3 Newton per mm square. mg by ZT will be 1.91. Now no need to repeat this calculation, as at initial stage we have calculated all these values. Now here we are only supposed to calculate mq by ZT and mq by ZB. mq by ZT will be live load moment is 16 kilonewton meter, that is 16 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm, divided by ZT, that is 4.85 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. Hence mq by ZT is 3.29 Newton per mm square, and mq by ZB will be 16 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm divided by ZB, that is 3.1 into 10 raised to 6 mm cube. Hence mq by ZB will be 5.161 Newton per mm square. Now write down here all values. P by A 2.155 Newton per mm square, 2.155 Newton per mm square. P into E by ZT 4 Newton per square, P into E by ZB 6.26 Newton per mm square. mg by ZB 3 Newton per mm square. mg by ZT 1.91 Newton per mm square, and mq by ZT calculated here, mq by ZT 3.29 Newton per mm square, and mq by ZB calculated here 5.161 Newton per mm square. Now resultant of all these stresses will be 2.155, this minus sign, minus 4, this plus as it is in compression 1.91 plus 3.29, that is 3.355 Newton per mm square. And resultant of bottom stresses, that is stresses at bottom extreme fiber, 2.155 plus 6.26 minus as it is in tension 3 minus, as it is in tension, 5.161, that is 0.25. Now as both values are positive, entire section is in compression. In this way we are supposed to calculate the pre-stress plus self-weight plus live load, that is stresses at top and bottom extreme fibers at final or service stage, or you can say pre-stress plus self-weight plus live load. In this way we have completed the numerical. Now consider this numerical. You can solve this as homework. Question is given here. This numerical is different from the previous one, and for the solution you can comment in the comment box or go through the notes, and link for the notes is given in the description of this video. This is the first numerical for homework, and second numerical is, this is the second numerical for homework. You can go through with the question, solution. If you are required with the solution, comment, or you can go through the notes, and link for the notes is provided in the description box. This also numerical is different. Please go through. If any suggestions or doubts or queries, you can inquire your doubts in the comment section. Thank you very much. Thank you.